I picked this ship up on AliExpress for $30, and I thought, well, let's just see how it goes. For that price, it should be a fun build, and it was. So I had to make this video. Anyway, it came in this bag here, and it took about 2.5 weeks to ship. The manual is pretty scratched up, bent, warped, but I compared it to Rebrickable and Lego's instructions. Super close. The sails came in this, they're packaged in the manual, so they were not bent or destroyed. Same with the sticker sheet. And here's the bag that it all came in. It was all bubble wrapped, and if you dump out that bag, you'll have all of these bags. And yeah, I set it out on the floor like this, so that you got, you know, build sequence 1, 2, 3, and the different bags. You just open it up. There's 2 per sequence, and it was pretty easy. Knocked it out in about 2.5 hours, and I really enjoyed the build. So overall brick quality, some bricks were a lot more, almost all the bricks were a lot more firm than Lego's bricks. Some were a little bit loose, the ones in the back, but I mean they were just about as loose as Lego. So there's 2 in the very back that are held up, that as soon as you put the modular section down, it wants to almost hit. And I think that even Legos would probably fall, so I had to do some modifications there with my own bricks, but you know, other than that, it was a really good design. I loved how much detail was packed in such a small little boat. I'm going to keep calling it a boat because it's really small. Not really a ship, but a fun little boat build, and it does kind of have the pirate theme. I mean, Lego thinks it does anyway. I mean, they're not making any more Legacy sets, much as I wish they would. They are now thinking that void is filled with One Piece, so sad as that is, I still, I think I picked it up because it was just such a good deal. I mean, if you think about it, I get 4 of these plus a meal. Yeah. Lego wants 140. 4x difference for just paying the license. That's ridiculous. I still got to experience the build. Here's the extra pieces at the end, and I was missing one piece in this One Piece set. That was the flag itself. One piece was missing. Not even a joking. I had to go ahead and make my own for the aft section mast. You can see I just used a black piece and then drew on some kind of a skull and crossbones. But overall, I think it came out really nice. Really thoughtful build. All the details stuck into the little play features. I really enjoy it. I don't know if I'm going to put it up next to all my other pirate ships in the diorama, because the characters I think are a little bit cartoony. I mean, they're anime characters, but I thought it was a really nice actual boat, so pretty cool little build, and I did enjoy it. And I do recommend if anyone wants to, because there's some really cool build techniques that are used in it to save a lot of space. They're able to pack quite a bit in a little itty bitty space. So for play features, this stern section, it pops out for extra storage, and you can store little collectibles. They got their little bag, a little spoon in a jar. I don't know why they put a spoon and fork in a jar, but that's even in the Lego's instructions. So you pop off the poop deck. Stern section, you have access to Sanji's kitchen here and a little place to eat. So I think that's really cool. For how small the boat is, it's actually got a pretty big place section there. And the forward section, there's not a whole lot. You got a little chest with some food because, you know, One Piece's real booty is food. You got a little couch or viewing area. Not much of a play area in the front, and both are accessible by these doors. There's also a really cool storage compartment in the right in the midsection, and if you pull it out, just pull the tab, it has this really good way of securing the food and the wanted posters. Yeah, the clone had even cloned the wanted posters, so they did a really good job. I also put Zoro's hair piece in there because I think it looks like lettuce. So some of the notable differences, I said some of the pieces were a little loose. Here's one of the hinges. Yeah, gravity can swing it, but it's all locked in. Luffy's head is a little bit loose, and that's unfortunate. But I'm going to be replacing Luffy with a different character anyway. But yep, just a note. Go always check those reviews when you buy things on AliExpress, because you never know what you're going to get. But I really think that I lucked out with this one, and I enjoyed this build. These cannons, I don't even like the Lego version. They're pretty awful. So moving on to the minifigures. You can see the real ones, and then here's the Lego versions underneath. And honestly, Monkey D. Luffy was the worst one of the bunch. The rest of them are pretty serviceable. But yeah, Monkey D. Luffy, I'm going to be buying a different one. But Zoro's, and well, all of them, if you look at their sleeves, none of them have sleeves. The Lego ones have these really good sleeves, and Monkey D. Luffy's got the paint, or I think it's just painted all the way around. I don't think it's a dual mold. But Nami and Zoro both have the sleeves, and I think even Usopp's got that little bitty patch on one of his arms. They don't have that on the clones, but I really like Sanji's hairpiece that I got. I like it better than the original one. He doesn't look so prissy. Get that hair out of his face. He's got to cook and see what he's doing and not get hair in my food. Arr! So here's Luffy, and he just doesn't have that all the way around, that print all the way around his leg. And the head was really loose. But I'm going to be buying this guy. I want the really cool arm sets that come with it. It's only $5, so I think that this is going to be a better minifig to add to this. Here's Zoro. He comes in two forms, and I really, really love the mouth mold that they did for the sword, so you can hold all three swords, and I keep them that way. Nami, serviceable. The hair was a little different. I did think that they did an alright job with the print. I mean, it works. But yeah, she doesn't have those sleeves. And there's Sanji. I think he was probably the best of the bunch. And Usopp, they didn't have him have the hairpiece, but they did give me a brown slingshot. And on Lego's inventory sheet, you get a green one. So kind of like that difference. I'd rather have a brown one than a green one. But yeah, his hair is different. Yeah, so he's probably the second worst minifig. Standing up next to this ship, I did this for a reason, because if I paid full price, these two ships would be the same price, which is crazy to me. One has 5,500 pieces, and one has 1,386 pieces. You get so many more in the Rio Brick set. Now here's Lego's largest ship set versus their newest released ship. It's just no comparison. The largest one is a lot bigger, top-down view. People love these view of different ships. Here's the Jackdaw Voyage Edition, $89 versus the place at the Lego release. If I was going to get one for a kid, I think I would get the Voyage Edition. However, I do think Lego did a little bit better job with that midsection that stores the food than the Voyage Edition. I wish they just tightened that compartment up a little more. But other than that, the rest of the ship's beefier, I think, more swooshable. So the rest of these pictures are just showing the different various ships. People like them, so they know how much shelf space. And I gotta say, this one's pretty light on the shelf space. It packs a lot in a little package, and I really enjoyed seeing how they did all that. So if you're just curious about the build experience, I highly recommend. Otherwise, it's kind of a cartoony ship. What are your thoughts? Too cartoony to sit up on next to your pirate diorama, or pretty pleasurable little build? I thought it was a great build, but I want to know. Leave your comments, smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one.
Many years later,